what's up everybody, I'm Mike Benitez, welcome back to another video. Today we're kicking off a new series of Tuesday videos. So every Tuesday, I'll be doing a video on airships. Not blimps, airships. The queen of the skies back in the 1920s, 1930s. And today we'll be kicking off our series of Airship Legends. With the ZR-1, also named the USS Shenandoah. Let's begin the story of this remarkable and famous airship that has almost been forgotten. Zeppelins were becoming a part in German history when they started bombing places like London. However, they were not very successful. However, many of the country's navies wanted to have a go at making airships, and one was the U.S. Navy, and they decided to make an airship called the FA-1. However, the FA-1 stood for First Airship Type, Fleet Airship Number 1. However, this was later named ZR-1. And then the airship will be named the USS Shenandoah. Shenandoah was based off the Type U higher climber Zeppelin, the L-49. However, the L-49 would be shot down by British gunmen. Some key changes to Shenandoah from L-49 will become a part of what would become of Shenandoah's fate. However, we'll get to that later. Construction of Shenandoah began in 1922, and was finished by 1923. She was built by the builders of Philadelphia and was built itself at Lakehurst, New Jersey. The airship was 680 feet long and could reach a speed of 70 miles an hour. Shenandoah had a control gondola and two engine gondolas, which helped propel the Zeppelin, not the Zeppelin, the airship. So it was really unique to see a U.S. airship for the U.S. Navy. Shenandoah was christened by Miss Edwin Denby, the wife of the Secretary of the U.S. Navy. This picture was taken in October of 1923. Shenandoah's commander was Commander McCrary. Here we see him in the gondola of Shenandoah. Shenandoah was nicknamed the Empress of the Clouds. And here we see Shenandoah during a steep angle docking at St. Louis on October 2nd, 1923, during her flight test run. She looks magnificent, and still looks in my eyes. It was a premier celebration with people seeing the Shenandoah when she landed, including McCrary himself and several other people, like the test pilot, Anton Heinen, and the commander of the Navy, commander, but he was also designer and builder of the Shenandoah herself, Commander Ralph D. Weyerbacher. Shenandoah was so popular that they even wanted Shenandoah to go on an Arctic expedition. However, on the 16th of January 1924, Shenandoah's bow and tail were both damaged during a storm. However, and the Arctic expedition was scrapped. Repairs were completed in 1924. The USS Shenandoah made two new milestones. She was the first ever rigid airship to be commissioned into the U.S. Navy, and she was the first ever helium-built rigid airship ever to be built. However, helium is very expensive, and even though it's not like hydrogen, which is explosive, helium is not explosive. But it was very expensive, and they had trouble trying to get some. However, they were able to find some for the Shenandoah. Shenandoah will be in several exercises during the rest of 1924, and lost a couple of enemies, not actual enemies, during several incidents. However, she will be no match of what would happen in the year to come. 1925 rolls on in, and so the Shenandoah went under 6 months of maintenance. The Daughter of the Stars, she was called, and she made another complement. Shenandoah was the first ever airship to be moored to a floating mast. Not kidding. This is the Oiler Patoka. The Shenandoah is moored to the Patoka after the Patoka went over an overhaul, so she could become a floating port for airships. The Daughter of the Skies, she was called. Here it's another picture when she was moored to the Patoka. Another one, and another one. She was very famous at this point, and her sister ship, USS Los Angeles, will accomplish another goal. But we'll do that when the video comes when I do a video of the USS Los Angeles next week. Everything seemed perfect for the Shenandoah's career. However, Shenandoah would not live to see the rest of 1925. September 22nd, 1925. Shenandoah departs Lakehurst for a trip to the Midwest. However, the next day, she and all but 29 of her men aboard would be dead. The next day, the Shenandoah ran into a squall line, and everything went downhill for the Shenandoah. September 3rd, 1925. On its 57th flight, USS Shenandoah hits a storm, and the unthinkable happens. The entire airship is torn apart. People are killed. All 8 men are killed in the control gondola. Several other men are also killed when the engine gondolas are torn off the airship as it plummets down below to the ground. However, the stern section was able to balloon itself down, letting 29 men escape unharmed. However, the Shenandoah, or what left of the Shenandoah, landed in 3 sites. Crash Site 1. This is an overview of the crash site, and there's a memorial for what happened to the Shenandoah. Here is a picture of Crash Site 3, and here we see the front section of the airship. Another view of Crash Site 3, and Crash Site 2. In the years following the disaster, everyone thought that airships were unsafe. The only airship still around was the USS Los Angeles. However, the USS Akron and USS Macon will be built. And like the Shenandoah, they would suffer tragedies, but we'll do them next time. Shenandoah remains the first ever airship ever to be built by the U.S. Navy, and one of the most beautiful. There was a song made about the Shenandoah, The Wreck of the Shenandoah. And there was looting at the site of the accident. In the years to come, the inquiry later found out that even though the Shenandoah was ordered not to climb, it did, and this put it right in the storm. So it was kind of the fault of the crew. And 29 men survived to tell the tale, but many people will later die in the Akron disaster. We shall always remember the Daughter of the Skies, the USS Shenandoah, which is why I made this video to commemorate her disaster and the many others that would later to come. I am Mike Benitez, signing out on the first episode of Airship Legends, the first of the U.S. airships, the Daughter of the Skies, and the Empress of the Clouds, the USS Shenandoah.